You haven't seen this, Tools.
No.
So I'm just going to lay out what happened.
Give us the rundown.
What has been described by many as potentially the worst WrestleMania in the history of WrestleManias. Do you have any? I've probably watched. I think I've watched nearly every single one. I tangentially follow wrestling. I'll keep up with what's happening. I'll watch the Royal Rumble. I'll watch WrestleMania, but that's about it. So I'm not hugely across it. But can you think of any terrible WrestleMania moments that you can remember, maybe from your childhood?
I think some of the early ones are way overrated.
WrestleMania 2, King Kong Bundy and Hulk Hogan?
People only think of the nostalgia, but when you actually go back and watch them objectively, terrible events, cheesy, lame. I think the first big WrestleMania moment, obviously like you have those like iconic Hulk Hogan moments, but I think when WrestleMania really sort of like exploded was when Mike Tyson made the appearance. That was the first like, holy shit, this is wild. And I think the triple threat match, one of my favorite matches of all time between Triple H, Shawn Michaels and Chris Benoit. Ooh. Great match. That was huge. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg was not a good match, but it was interesting.
And they got stunned to all hell. There was that one. There was the famous Yokozuna and Bret Hart, and then for some reason Hulk Hogan comes out and wins. That doesn't make much sense.
No.
I'd say that was worse
Hulk
than this
Hogan.
weekend.
Come on, Terry, sort your shit out. Well, what about when Seth Rollins cashed in right at the end?
That was pretty great.
That was an amazing moment.
That's how you make a moment. That was really, really good. I don't know. I can't think of it. My favorite of all time was WrestleMania 6, Toronto Dome, the Ultimate Challenge, Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan. Not a wrestling clinic, but as a 8-9-year-old, it was the biggest thing in the whole flipping world. Every school holidays, I'd go down to the video store and I'd rent WrestleMania 6 and rewatch the Ultimate Challenge. But this is what happened. I'm just going to run through.
Run me through it. I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Seen it. You don't know what happened. All right. So night one. Strap yourselves in for the next 20 minutes, everyone. No, we'll run through it quick. So Jey Uso yeeted Gunther to win his first World Heavyweight Championship match in the opener, which was flat as a tack. No, it was a big moment for Jey winning, all that kind of stuff. But as someone that probably doesn't know either of those wrestlers, what was your star rating? Why don't you give them star ratings out of 5, Dools, for these matches you haven't seen?
Why did the whole Yeeter thing? Yes. That's lame. And what's his name? Gunther. I mean, I like the name Gunther, but you can't lose to a guy called Gunther. So we'll give that 2 stars.
2 stars. Great review. The New Day defeated War Raiders in the Eurovision Song Competition, which was great. But that, again, the first night was very, very flat until the very last match, really. It was kind of a stinker. But this one, there was not much hate. There was not much interest from the crowd, and it fell a bit flat. It was cool to see the New Day win their 12th or 13th tag championships against a couple of guys that dressed up as characters from Clash of Clans in a wonderful cross-promotion event. Every single match had a sponsor. It was painful. Across the 2 nights, over an hour of it was people's entrances, people walking to the ring. But this was the most shameless promotion to have 2 Vikings dressed up like characters from a mobile video game. What's your star rating? What are your thoughts, Stills, on a match you haven't seen?
Was Big E Langston, is he still in the New Day?
No, he broke his neck. And
shit. Is he alive?
He's alive.
Okay,
he's alive.
That's good.
He just can't wrestle at the moment. So, and that was the catalyst for the New Day's recent heel turn.
Oh, they're baddies against the War Raiders.
The War Raiders.
Okay.
Which don't think really deserve to be on WrestleMania this year because no one cared.
No. I wonder if they're like, they could have cross-promoted with Bag Raiders that like sort of...
Shooting stars?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a better cross-promotion.
Yeah, I would have gotten into that one. I'm giving that a 1.5 star rating.
1.5 stars. That's a huge...
No Big E Langston.
And try and pick or try and guess or come up with a great cross promo. What company should sponsor these matches like this one? Jade Cargill Jade Cargill defeated Naomi in a match.
That sounds like that doesn't sound like it should be in WrestleMania. That sounds like a woman called Naomi losing a battle at a seafood buffet.
That would have been way better to watch.
The char grills beat me.
Yeah, Jade Cargill, she's great, but this match didn't have much to it.
Char Grill Charlie should sponsor that, which is a good chicken chain in New South Wales.
Okay, yeah, I would have liked to see that. What do you give a star rating for this match you haven't seen?
Quarter chicken and chips.
Quarter chicken. The United States Championship match, Jacob Fatu defeated LA Knight, sponsored by
LA Ice.
Which was actually not bad. This is when things started to pick up a little bit. Jacob Fatu winning was great. The Samoan Werewolf, another Polynesian on top. I love to see.
The Samoan Werewolf.
The Samoan Werewolf.
Are there werewolves in Samoa?
I've never been, to be honest. But he's a Samoan Werewolf because when on a full moon, he turns into a Tongan, actually. Yeah. So, which is interesting. But yeah, Jacob Fatu defeated LA Knight, sponsored by LA Ice. What star rating do you give this banger of a match?
I mean, for the names alone, you're probably giving that a 3.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like we're getting up there. Like, you know, you've got the Samoan Werewolf versus is LA Knight his nickname, or is that his name?
I think that's supposed to be his name.
Does he have a nickname then?
Yeah. I don't know. He says yeah a lot.
Okay. Yeah, right.
But I don't know.
Needs a nickname.
Sounds like it.
Is he from LA, or is his initials LA? Like LaMarcus Aldridge. Is it LaMarcus Aldridge?
It's not LaMarcus Aldridge. It's a 6'3" white guy. But
definitely not LaMarcus Aldridge.
No, it's not LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't have answers to these questions. This one, it was El Grande Americano defeated Ray Phoenix, sponsored by
Starbucks,
which was a pretty average match. It was actually really fun. There was a 450 moonsault, which I think was pretty cool. 450 backflip.
Wow.
By
Tony Hawk.
But yeah, he did it with a kickflip into a 450 backflip. Christ there. But he won in what was a little funny kind of a number. Popcorn match, they would call it. What would you give that star rating? Brought to you by Starbucks.
1.
Yep.
Sounds shit.
All right. In the women's championship match, it was Tiffy time as Tiffany Stratton defeated Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair, you could see she was calling the whole match. She kept flubbing spots. I didn't love this match, but some people enjoyed it. Who was that brought to you by?
Tiffy time, bras and things.
Yeah, well, that's all they were wearing, which was a highlight of the match. But Tiffy Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Star rating for this one, Dawes?
Is she related to Trish Stratus?
No.
Did I ask that last week?
You said she reminded you.
It's a very similar name.
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah, very similar name. I'm giving a 2.5.
2.5. Okay, fair enough. And then this match was the only saving grace of 9-1. I mean, it's 4 hours you commit into this, and to only have one interesting match. It was a triple threat match in the main event. Seth Rollins, with outside help by the advocate Paul Heyman, turning his back on Roman Reigns and CM Punk, won that one in what was definitely a match of the day for night 1. Seth Rollins defeated Roman Reigns and CM Punk, brought to you by
Limp Bizkit.
Okay. They're back. They're breaking stuff. What were your thoughts on this match?
I tell you what, Seth Rollins did it all for the nookie, I think. Get rolling. Yeah, what a match. So many things happened that I just couldn't talk about because so many things happened. But I think, Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, ECW's Paul Heyman, Paul E. Dangerous, did some stuff.
He sure did.
Got involved. The Walrus.
All right.
Do people still call him a walrus? He's got some. No one does. He looks like a walrus. Don't you reckon?
A little bit.
Walrus-like features. Paul Heyman.
Walrus in a suit. Anyway, so that was only night 1, Dawes.
Jesus.
I'll try and get this through quicker. I just need your sponsor, your 1 sentence thoughts and your star rating for these matches you have not seen. Triple threat match for the Women's World Championship match. I would say the match of the weekend by far. I think obviously the triple threat on night one was very good as well, but this was probably my favorite of the weekend. Io Sky defeated our girl Rhea Bloody Ripley and Bianca Belair in what was an absolute banger, brought to you by
the Barossa Valley.
Exactly. The second best thing about Adelaide. What was your 1 sentence thoughts and your star rating for this match? You didn't watch either.
They've all got shit names.
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley's a good name.
Belair, I like that.
Belair. Okay, sorry. Does she get called the Fresh Prince?
Yeah, she does.
She should. Yeah. What's the other one called?
Io Sky.
That sounds like a computer software update.
You reckon?
Yeah, I need Io Sky version 1.3.
Yeah, fair enough. That could have been who sponsored the match as well.
Yeah, Apple.
Your star rating for that one, Dawes?
4.
Wow, great rate. There you go, officially match of the night. In the much vaunted, you were so hyped for this. It was the Sin City Street fight with that Drew McIntyre defeated the new Pope, the Puerto Rican Damian Priest, in what was a match where stuff was thrown and people got hurt, and it was not bad.
Cool.
Brought to you by
the Vatican.
Yes, they're hiring. If you're looking for a job,
hiring. Brought to you by the movie Conclave.
Jump on LinkedIn, just follow the Vatican, and they've got a really good job opening at the moment. So get behind that.
Yeah, it's a till death contract.
It's not bad.
Well paid. I give that 3 Hail Marys.
Yeah, very good. There was a fatal 4-way match for the Intercontinental Championship. Dirty Dom Mysterio coming out victorious, going over Finn Balor, Penta, and Bron Breakker in what was one of the top 3 highlights of the weekend. I think seeing Dirty Dom win the fatal 4-way match. Who was that brought to you by, Doles?
Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
It's brought to you by Dita Von Teese.
And what were your thoughts on that great match?
Oh, I tell you what, it sounds like a weird sort of it sounds like 4 porn stars in a ring there. A fatal 4-way.
4 porn stars in a ring. It's a popular video franchise.
Breakker, Dirty Dom. Who else was in it?
Finn Balor.
And
Penta.
Jeez. Yeah. All right. That's I give that
top aggression.
3.5 Viagras.
Oh, the crowd didn't need a Viagra. They were so excited when Randy Orton defeated.
He should have been in that one as well. Randy.
And he, the surprise, we didn't know who he was going to fight. He came out and it was Joe Hendry.
Of course.
Which, of course, one of your absolute favorites. You say his name, he appears. Who was that brought to you by?
You say his name and he appears. That sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
That is, that's like Slender Man sort of stuff there. That's who it's brought to you by. I give it 3 Blair Witch Projects.
Fantastic. Logan Paul, your favorite, went over, won, defeating my favorite, AJ Styles. It was brought to you by.
I can't stand Logan Paul. Or what's the other one? Jake Paul. Yeah. I can't stand him either. I don't even like Chris Paul.
No, that was drive by that.
Yeah, no, sorry.
82 games he played this year.
Yeah, there you go. Good on him. I don't like the Pauls, this is going to be brought to you by Red Bull instead of their shitty energy drink.
Prime. There's a lot of Prime ads. I was disappointed in that match because I love AJ Styles.
How can a YouTube guy lose to a wrestler in a wrestling match?
He won.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, win. Yeah.
I don't know. That was the whole build-up as well. AJ Styles saying you don't deserve this. You haven't earned it. And then he won anyway. So didn't love it. But that's it. We're getting into the end of it. Women's Tag Team Championships match. Yeah, still 2 more to go. Lyra Valkyria, a.k.a. Lyra 2 belts, because she has 2 belts now, was joined to the ring in a surprise return from the man, Becky Lynch, and they defeated Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to win the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. What were your thoughts? Who was this sponsored by, and what was your rating?
This is sponsored by the Police Academy franchise for going on for way too long.
It was long.
Jesus. What's this, match 15 or something?
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, Becky Lynch, the man.
The man.
Surely in this like age of like, you know, women's empowerment, calling yourself the man is a bit of a backward step.
Maybe. You could look at it the other way.
Why does she call herself the man?
Because she's the man.
God.
Yeah. No, she's just great. She's great. Can't slag off.
What was her tag team partner's name?
Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria?
Valkyrie.
She had wings. She came out with wings, which was pretty good. But Becky Lynch got a nice pop in what was an okay match. What was your rating for this one?
I give it, who cares? He's going on for way too long. 2 days.
2 days.
Why?
After that, there's a lot to talk about that on the interweb. This one was the first time. I think they're doing it for 5 years or so. This one felt too long. Last year's was great. This year's not so much. There was one match left in what was one of, if not the worst finish to a WrestleMania ever, the WWE Championship match. John Cena defeated Cody Rhodes with a run-in by, what's his name, Travis Scott, with a full, it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It was so boring. Why is Travis Scott there? Who cares that he's there? The biggest thing, there was no Rock. This whole thing was built up by Rock working with John Cena, and he didn't rock up, and it was an absolute stinker. But what were your thoughts on this match you didn't see, and Travis Scott's entrance and the lack of the Rock?
Travis, why did they have the drummer from Blink-182 come in?
Oh, is it that? Oh, it is too. This is different. Did I get his name right?
Is that Travis Scott?
No, that's Travis Barker.
Oh, who's Travis Scott?
Travis Scott, he's the Cactus Jack. He's, the famous rapper and sage burner.
Why is there a rapper involved in this?
No one knows.
That is so weird.
So like they have a fight. Cody rolls out, and then for some reason Travis Scott comes out with a 10-minute entrance, comes in, does nothing. No one cared. It was flat. The ending of this WrestleMania was flat as a tack.
It sounds horrendous.
It was pretty bad. It was a rough couple of days, and I'm hungover for both of them. It was a rough way to finish the comedy festival, I would say.
Yeah. This match is sponsored by the Finger Poke of Doom as shitty main events.
There you go. That was a good call, but that was it. That was WrestleMania.